Hello students, welcome to this online course of Indian Mechanics. So today we are going to solve some problems to get more clarity about the centroid and moment of inertia. So in the first problem, let us solve this problem of it is a composite area in which some portion has been removed as per our requirement. So in the question we have to determine the x bar and y bar, that is x coordinate and y coordinate of this figure, this plane area. So I will suggest you to please draw this diagram so that you can refer while I am solving this table. So always try to draw this kind of table in which all the calculation you are doing, and it will be very much helpful, and it is very much likely that you will not commit mistakes. Else you will write for particular section and it is like chances are there that you will commit some kind of mistake. So please try to draw this table so that the space requirement will be also less and the chances of error is less. So first, the bigger triangle, this triangle is there, so this is 14, this is 12. Okay, so this rectangle is there, so area is 14 into 12, that is 168. X bar will be, our reference axis is this line, this is, and this is. From here we will calculate y bar, and from here we will calculate x bar. Okay, so x bar will be from origin, from y axis it is 7 and y bar is 12 by 2, that is 6. For triangular portion, this triangle we are talking about, this triangle is 6, this is 4 and this is 6. Okay, so 6 by 4, so area will be half times space into height, that is coming out to be 12, and actually 14 is this point, this is 14 up to this point, so 14 plus 1 by 3 of how much, 6, so it is coming out to be 16, and y bar is 1 by 3 of 4, that is 4 by 3. For semicircle, area will be half of a circle. A circle area is pi by 4 d square. For semicircle it will be pi by 8. You can see here pi by 8 multiplied by d square, d is 8 only, so 8 square, it is coming out to be 8 pi, and x bar is 2 plus 8 by 2. 8 is what? Diameter. So center point will be 2 plus 8 by 2. Now this is centroid is, for along y axis it is 4r upon 3 pi. R is 4. Okay. Now square is 4 by 4 square is there, and its x bar will be 4 by 2, y bar will be 8 plus 4 by 2. Why? Because it is situated here. So it will be something here. So this is 8 plus 4 by 2. So 10. Now quarter circle will be, it is area will be half of semicircle, so pi by 16, 8 square, that will 4 pi, and here you can see the centroid will be 4r upon 3 pi from this line, but we are calculating from here, so we will minus 14 minus our 4r upon 3 pi. I hope it is clear to you. So now we are having all the data, like individual area, x bar and y bar. Just we have to put all the values in the formula. What we have to be very careful that this will be the areas which are hollow will be taken as negative. Which area? This square, this quarter circle, this semicircle, and this square, they will be a negative area. Treat it as a negative area. So put always negative sign in front of their areas, and everything is fine only. So you will get this area, x bar you will get, and y bar similarly you will get. Just put the values over here. Okay, now let us solve this problem. So we have a little idea about the centroid for a composite diagram. Now let us try to find the moment of inertia. So let us see what this question is stating. Determine the moment of inertia of the section shown below about an axis passing through the centroid and parallel to the topmost fiber of the section. Also determine the moment of inertia about the axis of symmetry. Hence find radius of gyration. Okay, so it is a T section, you can see over here. So flange. So in T section, this is called as flange. This is web. Okay. So topmost fiber we have to first what we have to do. So you can see it is a symmetry about this axis. So centroid will lie along this axis only. So first thing what we have to do, we have to calculate this y bar. How much far the centroid is from this top fiber. Okay. So let us try to do that. For that, what we are going to do, we are going to just what we will do, we will divide this T section into two zones, that is A bar, A1 and A2. So A1 will be 150 into 10, A2 will be 140 into 10, because this is 14 only. You can see over here 140 mm. So due to symmetry, centroid will lie on the symmetry axis, that is y axis. So the distance we have to calculate y bar. So y bar will be summation ai yi divided by total area. So we have to calculate, first is y bar for 1500, that is A1. So this is 5, means 10 by 2 is the centroid of this upper section, and for this section 10 plus 140 by 2, that is 70. So 10 plus 70, that is 80, and total area is 2900, 1500 plus 1400. So you will be getting 14.821 is our centroid distance from the top fiber. Now the I-axis will be what? So first we have to calculate for A1 and we have to add it with A2. Then we will get the moment of inertia about this axis. So for rectangular section it is BD cube by 12. So D will be the cutting axis. The axis is cutting the side, that will be cube here. So 150 for this A1 area, 150 is width and 10 is depth. So 150 into 10 cube by 12. So this is about a axis which is centroidal axis. Now what is the moment of inertia about this axis? We have to use the parallel axis theorem. So parallel axis theorem is what it is stating, we have to this A into D square. So A is area is 1500, D will be distance between two axes. So distance will be 14.21 minus 5, because this is 5 square. Similarly for this web portion also you can do 10 into 140 cube by 12 multiplied by plus 1400 into 70 minus 41.21. Clear? You will put the value and you will get these values as your moment of inertia. Now we have to calculate the radius of gyration also. So similarly the radius of gyration is, so this was I-axis. Now IYY will be simply, we have to add for two areas. Why we are simply adding? We are not using any parallel axis theorem, because the centroidal axis and this axis will be the axis of symmetry will be our centroidal axis. So simply just put the values of BD cube by 12 for both the section and you will get IYY. So parallel axis you are getting two different moment of inertia. So we have to find the radius of gyration, that is k-axis and kyy. So under root I-axis by A, under root IYY by A. Just put the values, you will get your radius of gyration. So this was also a very simple problem. Now let us see you have to calculate, determine the moment of inertia of L section shown about its centroidal axis parallel to the legs. Also find the polar moment of inertia. So simply you have to just calculate, you have to just divide this area into two portions, A1 and A2. All the values are given. Find x bar, find y bar, put values in I-axis and I-y-y. If we are having I-axis and I-y-y, simply add them to get the IB value. Polar moment of inertia was what? I-axis plus I-y-y. So I am not going into details. It is very simple problem. Just if you are having any doubt how the values are coming, you can ask. Similarly, this question is also there. So I am giving solution also, so that first you try by yourself, and if you are not able to find any value, or you are having any difficulty in understanding any concept, you can just ask me. So this is also a question. So question is, compute the second moment of area of channel section. So I have tried to take every particular section, like T section, L section, I section, so that you will not get afraid in the examination when such type of questions is coming. So this is a channel section. 400 is the depth and 100 is the width. Similarly, simple calculation, I-axis, I-y-y. For I-axis, x bar you have to calculate, and I-y also you have to calculate y bar. X bar and y bar we are calculating. Now what we have to do? Simply put in I-axis and I-y-y, you will get the values. Now let us see a symmetrical I section is there. Determine the moment of inertia of the symmetric I section as shown about its centroidal axis, x and y. Symmetrical, if the section is symmetrical, so centroidal axis and centroidal axis will be there. We have to this axis of symmetry will be the centroidal axis only due to symmetry. Okay. So we have to divide this whole portion into three portions, as I have shown, first, second and third. Simply you have to calculate the area. Carefully you have to calculate all the areas, and the centroid will be at the midpoint only. So it will become a very easy problem. So I-axis and I-y you can calculate. For if IZ is also asked in the question, just add them. It was a case of symmetrical I section. Now let us see for unsymmetrical I section. What will be changing? So y bar will be changing. X bar is same. This symmetrical axis, it will be here only. So centroid will lie here itself. But due to unsymmetry, this y bar is going to change. It is not going to be at midpoint. So this you have to calculate. So in this problem only you have to calculate y bar. Simply put the values in I-axis and I-y formula. If kx and ky is asked, just under root I by a. Now this is also a very simple problem. Determine the moment of inertia of a built-up section. So this kind of section you will be seeing in the steel design problems. Shown about the axis AB. Here axis is given passing through the topmost fiber. So axis is given. So what you have to do? You have to do nothing. Just put the values of I-axis. You can see I-axis is BD cube by 12 plus A into area into D square. BD cube by 12 area into D square. BD cube by 12 area into D square. BD cube by 12 area into D square. The main problem you will facing is calculating D. So just D is what? The distance between the AB and their respective centroid. So as you can see 10 it is coming. So 10 is nothing but 20 by 2 at the midpoint. So similarly you can proceed further. If you are having any doubt, please ask me. Don't hesitate in asking doubts, okay? So try to solve. If you are having any problem, just ask me. I will be clearing your doubts. So this was a little bit simple problem. Now this is little complex but not too difficult. So just I will read it out the problem. Calculate the moment of inertia of the built-up section shown about centroidal axis parallel to AB. All members are thick. So for this, due to unsymmetry, we have to calculate x bar and y bar. But only y bar will be sufficient because it is asking to calculate about AB, which is parallel to xx. So only y bar will be changing. Simply you have to calculate y bar. All the values are given here, you have to put, and you have to apply parallel axis theorem. Simply you will get the answer. Again I am telling, if you are having any doubt, you are free to ask. Now here comes the last question. So this is a find the second moment of inertia of a shaded portion. So how this problem is different? Here again the negative area concept will be there. So this section is not there, this is hollow. Okay, so this will create some complexity, so don't get afraid, just try to solve it by your own. And first step is always x bar and y bar. Divide the complex figure into small simple problems, small figures, and finally you have to put all the values. You have to be careful that this area will be negative, because this is not there, we are removing this area. So here you can see negative sign is here. Only one thing you have to be careful in this type of problems. So I am showing you the solution. So x bar is calculated, y bar we have calculated. Simply you have to put in the values of ixs and iyy, so you will get these values. So we have completed our this topic. So you are having the question, you are having the solution. If you are having any doubt, again I am telling, you are free to ask. Don't hesitate, and we will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.